Hey everyone, it's Ethan or Miist back again for another video today. Welcome back to the channel, guys. That was very quick. Hi. Welcome back to the channel, guys. We're here again for yet another video. Going to be talking about every movie and show we watched last week. Betty, thank you. Thank you. All right. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's start it off with the one and only season of TV that we watched, which was season 4, the final season of High School Musical, the musical, the series that we watched with Mel. I think each season of the show is a upgrade from the previous one. I think each season gets better than the last. Oh, oh, jeez, jeez. Betty fell, but I caught her. So yeah, which I wasn't really expecting. I wasn't really expecting to honestly enjoy the show, and I definitely would say I enjoyed it more than I didn't. It's kind of bad, but like I enjoy it. It's fun. So yeah, I ranked season 4 a 77 out of 100. I think it's my favorite of the show. So yeah, we'll have a very big show to talk about next week. Mel and I are one episode away from finishing season 1 of Grey's Anatomy, which is the first time I'm watching Grey's, and yeah, that'll be interesting. We'll talk about that at some point. All right, so let's move on to the movies, starting with Reminders of Him, which is, um, I think, my least favorite movie of the year now, and my least favorite of the week. And truthfully, it's just really boring. It's kind of bland. Um, there's really nothing I can care to even remember that happened in this movie. Like, genuinely thinking about it, I'm not remembering a whole lot. But yeah, it was okay, I guess. I ranked it a 43 out of 100. Let's move on to Sidelined. For some reason, Mel and I have been wanting to watch the Sidelined movies. And as you can see in my review, I said we can watch it because I need to rank more movies a half star. And I kind of almost enjoyed this movie. Honestly, I didn't mind it at all. And as for a Tubi original goes, I don't know if this is good or bad. These are my first two Tubi originals. So ultimately, I think it's okay, to be honest, which was a nice surprise. I didn't think it was going to be anything special, that's for sure, but I ranked it a 44 out of 100. Let's move on to Sideline 2, which I ranked a 52 out of 100. And honestly, what I would implore you guys to do is go check out the reviews for both of these movies. They're really funny. There's a lot of really great reviews, definitely the best parts of these movies. And again, to be honest, I actually kind of enjoyed this one. I ranked it a 52. I didn't think it was bad. Um, I actually thought it was kind of decent. So, yeah, it was okay. 52 out of 100. Let's move on to how I started the week with Mainstream, which I ranked a 54 out of 100. Didn't love this movie, thought it was okay. It's kind of weird. Jake Paul and Andrew Garfield are in a scene together where Andrew Garfield is waving a fake poop in front of Jake Paul. And yeah, that kind of sums up the movie. 54 out of 100. Let's move on to a 2026 release or another one with Pretty Lethal, which I ranked a 57 out of 100. When I was hearing about this movie and the cast that was going to be in it, I was looking forward to it. I thought it was going to be a really fun movie, and there's definitely some fun action sequences, and there's a couple of fun character moments, but ultimately, I just don't think it's that great of a movie. And as for a redemption arc goes, I think it's kind of lackluster and it's just kind of chill. But the creativity of using ballet to kill people is fun, and I do enjoy that. So 57 out of 100. Let's move on to, I think, Pixar's like biggest flop, or maybe just their least popular movie of all time, with The Good Dinosaur, which I ranked a 66 out of 100. I think it's a decent movie. I don't think it's anything special. I think there are worse Pixar movies as well. Um, and I quite like Arlo. I quite like Arlo a lot, and I think his adventure, his journey, is one of the toughest a Pixar character has gone through. So shout out Arlo for persevering. I ranked it a 66 out of 100. I thought it was fun. Let's move on to perhaps the biggest surprise of the week, Mercy, which I ranked a 74 out of 100. I quite enjoyed this movie, believe it or not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I quite enjoyed it. Really, I did. I don't know. I don't know what that says about me. I really don't. But yeah, I thought it was interesting, and I was really interested in the plot and the actual idea of using. I don't know, maybe not the idea of using AI to solve a murder, but I kind of just liked the idea of how this was laid out. It's very pro AI, which I'm not really for, obviously, but again, I think just the plot itself had me interested. And there's quite a few cast members in this movie that I quite enjoy, like Annabelle Wallace and Rebecca Ferguson and um, fuck, I forgot his name. Chris Sullivan, sorry. And yeah, I mean, I think there's just some fun. I just think there's some fun cast members, and again, I enjoyed it. I was kind of locked in, to be honest. Ranked it a 74 out of 100. Let's move on to a documentary, kinda a anniversary special, the Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special, which is crazy to think about. My childhood literally consisted of Hannah Montana, The Wizards of Waverly Place, and Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, or Sweet Life on Deck, and some Phineas and Ferb, and some Handy Manny. But like, man, I fucking miss Disney Channel. And Mel and I watched this together. Mel was kind of disappointed. She thought it was going to be better, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. And I miss Disney Channel. The days of being a child and enjoying Disney Channel were good times. So yeah, 75 out of 100. Mel and I did try watching Hannah Montana when we first started seeing each other, and we really struggled. I don't even think we got like 3 episodes in because it was really hard to watch. But I we watched an episode of Phineas and Ferb this week, the Love Handle episode, and I think for ourselves at least, I think it'd be really fun to go through all of our favorite childhood shows and just watch them, even if they are bad, even if they are hard to watch, just because why not? Why not? But nonetheless, a 75 out of 100. Let's move on to a Oscar winning documentary, which is All the Empty Rooms, which I ranked an 80 out of 100. This is a really tragic story, a really tragic tale of school shootings in America, and it it really it really is emotional. One thing about Mel specifically is that she is very close to her parents, but like anything in film or TV that involves a father daughter, it really connects with her. And me thinking about that through a lot of this documentary, it just kind of impacted the way I thought about it as well, and I enjoyed that. And I wished this was longer. I wish there was more features, more respect to, I guess, to some of the children that have lost their lives in these school shootings. And yeah, honestly, I think my biggest complaint is just that I wish it was longer. Nonetheless, I still ranked it an 80 out of 100, and I did enjoy it. Just wish it was longer. I wish there was more. So let's move on to um, the Blair Witch Project, which I ranked an 81 out of 100. This is a movie I watched years ago. I haven't watched in a long time. It's been like 4 years. I think I watched this when I first started ranking movies, and I really enjoyed it when I first watched it. But at that point, for some reason, or maybe it's just this movie, the found footage didn't scare me. It didn't scare me at all. And honestly, this time around, it still doesn't scare me, but there's definitely some thrilling sequences that I enjoy in this movie. But as for found footage, it doesn't really scare me a whole lot, which is surprising because if you look at something like Paranormal Activity, that shit scares the fuck out of me. Those really frighten me and they make me very anxious. Where there's a couple scenes in this movie that makes me anxious, but ultimately not a whole lot, which was kind of surprising. So I ended up lowering this like 10 points from a 91 down to an 81. I still think it's a great movie. It's just kind of disappointing. And moving on to another horror movie that is Weapons. I think it's really good, but similarly to the Blair Witch Project, unfortunately, some horror movies they just stick with you more than others. Weapons is something I've been wanting to rewatch ever since I watched it originally last summer, and I never did. And then finally rewatching it, I've now got to that point where I knew every jump scare. Like I was anticipating every jump scare, and don't get me wrong, there's still some very thrilling scenes and sequences, and ones that fill me with anxiety. But those three really big jump scares in this movie, I know they're coming, so they have absolutely no effect on me. So it kind of hinders my watching experience, unfortunately. Where something like it is very similar. Like I know those big jump scares, so they don't get me anymore. But I love the movie surrounding it instead of just the jump scares. Where I do like the movie and weapons, not just the jump scares. I don't like it as much, if that makes any sense. So nonetheless, weapons, I did lower its rating. I think I had it like an 84 out of 100 down to an 82. So I still think it's great, just not as good. And let's move on to my two Sunday watches, which were my two favorite watches of the week. Starting it off with The Last Samurai, which I ranked an 87 out of 100. This is a first time watch, one I fell in love with. It's gorgeous. There are some breathtaking shots. There are some unbelievable action sequences. The third act is tremendous. And I think, like my biggest point of this film is that it's easily Hans Zimmer's most underappreciated and underrated score, I think, ever. It's gorgeous. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. It's heart wrenching. Every like there was like 10 different moments at least throughout the film, maybe even more, maybe a dozen throughout the film, where I'm like, wow, this is a gorgeous piece of music that was composed by Hans Zimmer. And this week I'm going to actually listen to the soundtrack because it's fucking good. It's really damn good. And yeah, knowing that like in a couple years it could be the 25th or will be the 25th anniversary, I would love to see this get a theatrical release so I could see it in theaters because I loved it. It was fantastic. Ranking an 87 out of 100. I enjoyed this movie a lot. And like the review says, I beat them all. Number 18. I've watched Across the Spider Verse 18 times now. What does that say about me? I don't know, but I love this movie more than any other thing I've ever watched or listened to in my life. I've been listening to the score a lot more lately, and with the recent release of Project Hail Mary, the Daniel Pemberton score there, I've been just listening to Pemberton more and more, and I fucking love this movie. I think about it every fucking day. I have an actual problem. I cannot wait for Beyond the Spider Verse. There are rumors that we're getting a trailer very soon. I don't know if that's true because apparently Jake Johnson also just revealed that he like just started recording voice. So who knows? But I cannot wait. We are like getting close to less than a year away now, and I'm so fucking excited. I can't wait. It's by far the most anticipated movie I've in my entire fucking life ever so far. Um, yeah, I digress. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.